Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to today's webinar. Welcome to Best of Booksy, how to win a Best of Booksy award. I'm Julia. I'm our webinar manager for the day, and joining me is the amazing Eric Kobel. Eric is our Booksy product specialist who's going to be taking us through all the ins and outs of Best of Booksy awards, how they work, and how you can win them. So just a couple of housekeeping rules as we get started. In the chat, I've just dropped welcome to today's webinar. You can follow us on Instagram, and there's our Booksy handle. And you can also follow the Best of Booksy winners on Instagram. You should totally be watching that tag. And oh my gosh, if you have not been posting your awards, please make sure that you do so from here on out. And after today's webinar, hopefully you'll understand why that's such a big deal. Also, we totally encourage you to drop your Instagram handles in the chat so that people can be following each other, seeing what's going on. Hi, Ike, we see you there. What's up, indeed? Eric, I'm going to hand the mic over to you so that you can introduce yourself. And from there, we will just jump right in. And I'll have some questions for everybody in the chat as we go. If you have questions about anything that Eric or I or the slides mention as we go, feel free to drop them in that chat. So let's kick it off. Eric, tell us about yourself.
Thanks so much for the introduction. Yeah, so like you said, my name is Eric Kobel. I'm a product enablement specialist here at Booksy. So really what that means is if it's about product knowledge and internally and externally, I'm involved in it in some way. So whether that's writing the content or teaching people how to use Booksy, it's under my purview. So I'm glad to be here, glad to teach you a little bit about Best of Booksy. So the idea here is we want to give you the tools so that next quarter or the quarters after that, you're winning Best of Booksy awards and you're getting called out for all of the great work that you're doing by Booksy institutionally. So if we want to get into what our agenda looks like today, we've done the introductions. We're going to talk a little bit about what Best of Booksy means and what it is. We'll talk about what categories you can win in Best of Booksy and how to win in those categories. As we go through the how to win, I'm going to go through a few of the features actually in Booksy. So I'll be interacting on my little test account here in Booksy so I can show you where to go, what to do, and what tools to use. And then we'll talk a little bit about what's in it for you. So if we want to move to the next one. Here we go. Best of Booksy. So each and every quarter, we will go out and search for all of our Best of Booksy recipients. It happens for every city, and we present one award per category. So if you make it to the winner's circle, we'll follow up and deliver some instant street cred for you. A Booksy Awards badge will appear on your Booksy profile in the marketplace, and you'll receive a certificate that can be downloaded or shared on social media. So definitely would encourage you to use Booksy's social post creator, post that certificate that you get, indicating all the hard work that you've done. And then definitely don't forget to tag Booksy Biz and use the Best of Booksy hashtag so people can find your winners easily. All right, so the categories that we can win in Best of Booksy. So we have Most Buzz. This showcases businesses with the most and the best reviews. Greatest Loyalty recognizes businesses with the best client retention. Most Booked elevates businesses with the most client bookings, so bookings from the client app. Best Portfolio highlights businesses with the most portfolio photos and also includes photos you get from your reviews. And then Busiest celebrates businesses with the fullest calendar, so the highest percentage of occupancy.
And important to know here, you can see over on the right side, we have that beautiful screenshots showing some of our Best of Booksy winners from last quarter. An important thing to know here, we say for fun that we go out in search of the best portfolios, the best profiles, right? But just to clarify, when we say we go out and search, we mean that we put the metrics to work. So nothing about this, and we're going to get into a little bit more of the nitty gritty of how these categories are broken out, but nothing about this is based on opinion. It's not me, Julia, going, oh gosh, Nails on Seventh, she's got the best name, so I feel like it needs to be that. It's not Eric going, oh, I really like the way this review is written. It's not any of that. This is all coming straight from the data, straight out of your Booksy profile. So just so you know, all of the things that you're going to hear in here are things that you can be applying and taking into account and making changes on immediately. And those changes could even reflect your winning an award this next quarter, because awards, and we'll get into this a little bit more, but because awards are quarterly, we still have a third of the time left in this quarter. So These awards won't be chosen until the end of this month. So everything that you hear in here, and I'll ask you some questions about that as we go, everything that you hear in here, you can be applying now towards your chances to win an award this next time around. So, okay, Eric, let's get into the nuts and bolts of things now that I've caveated us there.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much. So what does it mean to, what sort of time frame are we working with? So we announce these awards quarterly. That means that we collect all of the data for these awards each quarter. So January 1st through March 31st, April 1st through June 30th, et cetera, et cetera. So that means everything that you've done in this quarter counts towards your award. We would announce a Q1 award at the very beginning of Q2. And then Julia, if you want to talk about a little bit what that means in practice for your businesses.
Absolutely. So we call things Q1, Q2, Q3, just so that it makes it easy and it makes it very, very clear where they're coming from a numerical perspective. You can also say that our most recent set of awards was our winter 2022 awards, and these next ones will be spring if you want. But the reason that we structure things quarterly the way that we do, and that's in massive thanks, massive shout out to our back end team doing all of the work to make all of this possible. But the reason that we structure this the way that we do is because it's so important to us to acknowledge that each of our providers here is equal. You are all doing amazing things. You are all going out and you are grinding day in and day out. So just because you took a vacation last quarter, or you were out on maternity or paternity leave, or, you know, we've had providers who injured themselves and had to take a step back. So we are looking at all of the data completely, you know, separate from emotions, but we do want it to be very clear that what matters is what you're up to right now. So something happened in the past, brilliant. You learn from it and you grow, right? But what matters is what you're up to now, so that it's always about what you're doing right now and acknowledging that. And we really have seen a lot of positive reactions from our different providers from that, because then it's just, you know, we all just keep moving forward together, right? So.
Absolutely. So, you know, someone brand new to their industry has just as much chance at winning a Best of Booksy award as someone who's well established in their industry. It just means that you are generating those reviews, you are getting those loyal clients, you're getting those return clients, you've got the photos. So putting in the work every quarter will get you these awards.
Absolutely.
Let me put us on to the next slide. So we're going to start talking about what we get if we win. So we like to say it's instant street cred for you. So you get some credibility for the services that you provide. If you're a winner in any of the categories, you'll see a Booksy Awards badge appear on your business profile on the Booksy marketplace. So when you go and search, and I've seen a few of them in my area, when I go to search for a nails provider, I'll find one that has a Booksy award. Or if I'm looking for a hair salon, I'll find one with a Booksy award. It's just a little bit of a flex to show new and returning customers that you've made it into the Best of Booksy. So there's a little bit of a prestige element that goes with it. So you'll get a snazzy certificate, and you can download and print that certificate or share it on social media using Booksy's social post creator. So be sure to tag, if you are posting it, at BooksyBiz, and using the hashtag Best of Booksy for more visibility. So you'll get seen a little bit more often. How will you know if you won? Along with a handful of notifications in the Booksy app, you'll get an email about it as well. But if you've won a Booksy Biz award or Best of Booksy award, you'll be notified in your app. You'll also see a new category in the social post creator. So a brand new set of templates that you can use to create a post for all of your social media that's available only for winners. This is where you can find your award certificate and easily share it to all of your social platforms.
And stay tuned. We will have an upcoming video that will show up on our socials, on our YouTube, etc., to take you through what this process looks like. But as we're going through all of this, if there's any of the steps that you see in terms of transferring your reviews from a previous service that you were using, in terms of how to better use Social Post Creator, how to update your hours, things like that. If you are looking for in-depth training on the app in any of these features that we're mentioning, I'm dropping a link in the chat right now. You can, of course, ask it in the chat, ask your questions. Eric is brilliant. You truly could not get a better response than right now. But also, we have ongoing Intro to Booksy Pro and Booksy app focused webinars. So you can click that link in the chat right now, and you can see any of those and join any of those as well. So with that being said, let's take a look at some of the features that will help our providers to win these awards.
All right, so we've talked about what the most buzz category is. It's showcasing businesses with the most and the best reviews in their given quarter. So this is determined by a business's review count and overall review rank. And review rank refers to the likelihood, in fact, of a future positive review. So if we know that you're getting a high velocity of good reviews in right now, we can predict more heavily that you'll get a positive review in the future. So if you have a combined high review count and high review rank, you'll be in the running for this most buzzed category. A few things that you can do to start generating some reviews. I know whenever you have someone in the chair with you, that's the best time to ask for a review right there. But there are things that you can implement to happen automatically in your Booksy account that just run in the background, set it and forget it. You don't have to think about it to start pulling in those reviews as well. So what we're going to talk about is the social post creator. We can actually post reviews that we already have to our social media, engage with our customers this way. We'll show future customers and existing clients that we have in our client base that we are an engaged service provider, and then they'll be more likely to give us reviews in the future. So I'm going to toggle over to my Booksy Biz account. We're going to go through using the social post creator.
Brilliant.
All right, so here we are in Al Bookerton's account. My test environment for Booksy is where I do all of my demonstrations. We're going to find in the left-hand column of actions, if you're on your mobile device, you're going to find it across the bottom, a little lightning bolt icon. And we're going into our social post creator. So we're going to find all of our social posts. So we've got templates for lots and lots of different posts. If you click on how it works anywhere in the app, you'll pull up more information about how to use it. But if we want to encourage some bookings, we've got different family and friends, booking with Booksy. If you want to post your review, you're going to want to go into your profile and find your reviews. So Yim gave us a best spa experience ever, 5 stars. We're going to go ahead and post that review on social media. So here we are, we've got the review pulled up, and we're going to go to share our reviews. We're going to pick the one that we want to share. We've got a whole deck of stock images that you can choose from. Of course, you can use your own. It'd be a great idea to use your own. So if you've just given an awesome fade, they gave you a review, snap a photo of that awesome fade and share it right there. But we're just going to click one of the images here and use that. And here we are with the content generated. We've also got our Booksy URL at the bottom. Makes it very easy for our future clients to find us and book with us. If we want to change the format, we can always change the format. Right now, we've got a timeline format. If we want to change it to a story format, boom, there you go. We go back. So it just gives us a nice vertical image instead of the square image. If we want to add our logo to the image, we can as well. I think it gives us a nice unified image across our social media. So if you're posting on your timeline, having the timeline scroll look very professional and unified is a very important aspect of it. So adding these images gives you a nice template that you can use to really flex your muscles and show off what you can do in your shop. If we want to remove the logo, we can do that as well. If we want to change the background, we can change it to whatever we want it to be. And then from here, we download the post. So if you're on your tablet, right now I'm on my desktop. If you're on your tablet or if you're on your mobile device, you can actually just straight away post directly to your social media as long as you're logged into your social media on that device. It's going to take you through a few steps. You can add tags to it, so make your post more searchable. We add a bunch of tags that you can use as you go through and post because we know that these are tags that people are searching for. So would definitely recommend you use those tags and add a few of your own. Definitely want to change it up every so often as well. I know Instagram gets a little testy if you use the same paragraph of tags every single time. So change it up, change the order, change which tags you're using, but make sure to tag it, make it really, really visible, and then also include @BooksyBiz and hashtag #BestOfBooksy on that post. You'll notice my little test account here is not doing numbers, so I don't have the fabulous Best of Booksy category here to post yet. But if I were a Best of Booksy winner, I would see, I think it's at the very, very top, Best of or Booksy Awards, and I can post my certificate that way. And then we can go back into our presentation. You can see here, this is a screenshot from the mobile app from a Booksy award winner. So you can see there, they've got their nice little Booksy template that they can use on their social post creator. So next up, we've got greatest loyalty. So this is a category that recognizes businesses with the best client retention. Client retention is something that is super important for all of the businesses that we have using Booksy. It's determined by businesses that have the highest percentage of returning clients. So this is a client, total number of returning clients divided by the total number of clients. So a returning client, we're calling a client with more than 2 customer bookings or bookings made through their Booksy account. So you can really encourage loyalty by using the message blast tool here in Booksy. So if I want to hop out of my screen again, we're going to go back into my Al Bookerton account. We're still in marketing here. So you can see we're in that little lightning bolt icon. You can use Message Blast either on the mobile device or on the tablet or desktop. It's available in both places. It looks slightly different on the mobile device, but the interface is essentially the same what you're doing. We click into our Message Blast, and we have a handful of automated campaigns that you can set for your business. So here we've got a first impression category and also a reactivation category. Highly recommend having both activated. So we've got here this welcome a new client. We can send this message to clients and it's going to go out, what does it say there? 2 hours after their first visit. If we click into that campaign, we can make changes to it if we want. So if we want to change the content, if we want to change the image that goes through the email, if we want to change the delivery timeline, we can change whatever we want. So if I want this to go out an hour after the first visit instead of 2, I can. Generally, I'm going to push people towards using the optimized delivery method because your clients will tell you through their account how they like to be contacted. So through the information that they provide in their account, we'll use that information to send these message blasts for them. You can also decide if you want to limit. So if I only want to send text messages out, it's only going to send to those people who accept text messages from your account. So generally, optimized delivery is going to reach more people, but you can limit the channel if you want. Always save before we navigate away. Learned that this morning a little bit. And now you can see we've got that welcome a new client campaign active. So this is just running in the background, running by its own logic. I don't need to do anything. I'm just going to be doing my services. My clients are coming in to see me. They're leaving happy. And I know in the background, they're going to receive this message however they've identified that they want to receive it. We've got a couple other reactivation ones as well that are really helpful for the loyalty aspect. So we're talking about the greatest loyalty award. Let's tie that back to the features that we have here. So these reactivation campaigns are fantastic tools to reactivate clients who have maybe fallen off of the radar a little bit. So here we've got one, invite for another visit. It goes out to clients 21 days after their last visit if they don't have any future appointments on the books. So if you click there, we can change whatever content we want to change. And we can also change the delivery timeline. So here, I'm a day spa. I probably don't see my clients every 3 weeks. I might see them every month. So we can change the timeline to go out to 3 days, 21 days. We can change whatever that timeline wants to be. We can also change the time of day that they're receiving the message. So if I know that my clients usually see me in the morning, I want to send that message in the morning. If they're usually seeing me in the evening, I'll send that message in the evening. Again, we can change the delivery method if we want to, but vast majority, it's going to work best with optimized.
And so I just want to stress something to everyone who's attending here. This is one of those great things that you really can implement right now, because as we mentioned, we still have 1/3 of this quarter to go. We're right at the beginning of June, and the tracking for Best of Booksy for Q2 for the spring quarter goes through the end of this month. So this is something that you can absolutely go into your Booksy account and implement right now. And one, we hope that you'll see a difference in the number of bookings, because that's really what we want for all of you most of all. But we also hope that from this increase in customer loyalty, you'll see that reflected in gaining an award immediately, yet this quarter, much less next quarter. So
absolutely. So definitely still have time to affect these numbers proactively in your account. You don't have to depend on your clients to just do this naturally. You can sort of influence how they're engaging with you. So engage with them in the way that you want them to engage with you, right? The golden rule.
Absolutely.
Of clienteling. All right. So we've talked about the message blast tool with greatest loyalty. Gift cards and bundled services are another great tool to get clients to come back in. Create gift cards, sell those gift cards. That way they're locked into that amount of revenue. Most booked is a category that elevates businesses with the most client bookings. And this award is given to businesses with the most client bookings during the quarter. So again, we still have 24 more days.
Yes. Good math. Good math.
24 more days to influence these numbers. We can get those clients to come in and book with us through their Booksy account. So make sure we're sharing our Booksy profile link. Every single account on Booksy has a unique profile link, a unique profile on the Booksy marketplace. Make sure you're sharing that with your clients wherever they find you. So
yes,
Instagram is a great place. Facebook is a great place. Google is another really great place. If you have any paid advertising, include your Booksy URL in there so that your clients can find you very easily and book with you, because we want to make it easy. Wherever your clients find you, we want them to book with you because that's going to get you more bookings.
Absolutely.
So we're going to hop back into our Booksy account. And then this time we're navigating away from our marketing, and we're going to do some stuff in our business settings. So click into the business settings, and we're going to go into online booking. So a couple things here that you'll want to take note of. First, and most important, search visibility is turned on. That means people who are searching just organically in the Booksy app or on Booksy.com for services in their area can find my business. If this is turned off, they're not going to be able to find you and you're not going to get those bookings. So make sure this is turned on. Get those bookings from the marketplace. If I could not stutter, get those bookings from the marketplace, make sure your visibility is turned on, and then check out the Booksy partners. So these are partners that we have native integrations with to add a book button to your profile that doesn't navigate away from Instagram or Facebook. Everything is done on that platform, which is a big driver for bookings from those platforms. So if you click into each of them, you can find instructions on how to get it set up. Instagram, I think, is the easiest one. You just need to make sure you have a business page on Instagram. So it can't be a personal one. It has to be a business account. You're going to add an action button. You select Booksy from the menu. It's going to have you log into your Booksy account, and you're going to click continue. It's going to circle for a second and say done. Now you've got a Booksy button on your page.
Now, one quick thing that I want to throw in. So aside from managing our webinars, I'm also our social campaign manager at Booksy. So for anyone who is planning to convert a personal page into a business account so that they can add a book now button, which, oh my gosh, it will make your life so much better. Just so there's that. But also, please do a quick double check when you convert that page into a business page. Make sure that you've taken a look at the year that you are setting it and the age of your page. This is very important because Instagram has just recently really cracked down on pages that are under 13 years old. So even though it makes all the sense in the world to say, well, my Instagram page, Julia's Amazing Hair Color, is 2 years old because I've been an amazing hair colorist for 2 years. Don't do that because your page will get cracked down on and it could get shut down and you will have to try to get through to Instagram customer support to have them turn it back on. So I would personally recommend that you set your page to be at least 18 or 21 years old, even though that makes no relative sense in the context of Instagram for a business. Just do it for your own well-being. Okay, continue on to other booking options. But
another little Instagram rant that I'll go on is turn on your two-factor identification, because I cannot tell you how many of my friends have been hacked and send me crazy messages. And I'm like, I don't think that's you, but maybe. turn on the two-factor identification. Make sure you're not going to get blocked from Instagram by changing your age there. So follow these steps, get your book button on the Instagram page. Same for Facebook. If you're logged into Facebook on your device, you just click connect with Facebook. It's going to take you through the steps that you need to do to add a book button to your fan page. Google works a little bit differently. So you need to have a Google My Business card. If you don't, no worries. They're super simple to set up. You just tell Google you have a business at your location. All the information that you enter in Google needs to match the information in Booksy. So your business name, your location, your phone number, all of that information needs to match. The two just sort of sync up with Google Magic, and then they get a book button. So all of these integrations happen on that platform. So if you're going as a client to Instagram and I'm searching for service providers in my area, I want to, do some fabulous nails. I'm going to find, nail art. I'm going to find Swarovski crystals. I'm going to find whatever I want in Instagram. I'm going to book there. I'm not taken into Booksy to make that booking. I'm making the booking in Instagram. So that's really important. A lot of businesses on Booksy are concerned that we're maybe pushing their clients to download another app. They don't have to. They can book directly on Booksy, or they can book directly on Booksy. They can book directly on Instagram or Facebook. Generally, once you get them booking with you, you'll want to have them download the Booksy app because they'll be able to make future appointments that way. They'll be able to manage existing appointments. They'll be able to leave those reviews, all of that great stuff for you in the Booksy app. Generally, they have a better experience, but they have all of these other options to discover you and book with you for their first time.
And don't forget, once they've added the Booksy for Customers app onto their phone, let them know that they can favorite you. That's what I do with mine, so I don't have to go searching for it. You can just find it, and it's brilliant. Yeah. Okay, so we have actually a great question about Most Booked. This is from Christopher. And Javier, I did see your comment. We will get to that in just a moment. But Christopher is wondering, do your manually booked clients contribute to Most Booked or busiest? So can we go back to that Best of Booksy slideshow real quick?
Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's Javier. All right. So no, they do not. Manually booked clients that you add to your calendar yourself, do not count towards either the most booked or the coming up busiest categories. So it's client bookings that you're looking for. So you want to promote booking with you, make your life easier, book with you on Booksy, or using any of the integrations, or using your Booksy URL, all of these different platforms to make your life easier and automate things.
And they will still count if they're uploading any sort of portfolio photos, if any reviews that are left. The trick is, because all of this is, because we want to remove any human opinion on it, it's all coming from the exact data in the app. So that's the reason that it matters that they're doing it through Booksy Profile. So Christopher, so glad to see that was helpful for you. That was a great question. Thank you so much.
All right. So Javier was asking about the best portfolio. This category highlights businesses with the most portfolio photos. This includes both the photos added by the business and photos added by clients in their reviews. So that's a really important piece. You can, as a client, you go to review a service or a business, you can leave photos. Great way to show off all of the great work. You can incentivize your clients to add some photos if you want. But a few things that you can do to make sure that you're in the running for this category. Make sure that your profile is telling the right story. So when you visit someone's profile, if their image is blurry, if they don't have logos, if they've got stock images everywhere, it's not telling a great story from a client's perspective. So we're going to talk about how to polish your profile. You can use your social post creator to get your clients to engage with you. So if you post their photos, they'll post their photos in there. Make sure that that's just something that you communicate with your clients about. Freely share photos everywhere, because that's going to get you in the running for this award. Also, generate those reviews with your message blasts, generate those reviews with your social post creator, and encourage your clients to leave photos. So while you have them in the chair, ask them if you can snap a couple photos. I've done it a couple times. It's always very flattering as a client to, you want to use my image, this face that was made for radio, you want to post it everywhere? Encourage your clients to do that, engage with you in that way. So we're going to talk about how to make sure that our portfolio is polished. See that 5 times fast. So in our Booksy Biz account, here we are. We've got the navigation icons to the left. We're going to find the little shop front icon to go to our portfolio. So here is where we find all of our cover images. We can share our URL here, so we can copy it to Facebook or WhatsApp, or we can just copy the URL. We can use that little eye icon as well to see what our profile looks like from a client's perspective. So that's really important. See what your client experience, what client experience you're delivering. So you can see I've got my reviews, I've got my bookings, I've got my different categories, care categories, my hours, my staff members. So this is the story that I'm telling. I would avoid having this little profile guy here. Make sure that your staff members have images. You don't want blank images. You can scroll through all of the great workplace photos that I have. If we scroll down underneath the services, we can find my portfolio. This is where all of my best work is stored, along with all of the reviews that I've generated. So fantastic reviews. We're replying to every single review that we get. So that's really important as well. Just shows that another level of engagement for your clients and future clients that will be booking with you.
And I see that you had a lovely review from a client who showed off the beautiful, it looked like a sunset maybe that you gave them. So but that's a perfect example. That client, of course, this is a test account, so we do this for fun. But so, you can see the beautiful water on the lake there. And so that client shared this photo of their experience. And so now that counts as one of the photos in the overall portfolio for Adagio Style and Spa.
And so I think this is actually a really good example as a test account. Day spas don't always lend themselves easily to images. Yes. So if you're in the massage category, if you're in the hair removal category, those businesses don't always lend themselves very easily to images. Post images of the products that you're using. If you do a really great eyebrow wax, post that image. Post the images that you can, lifestyle images as well. Post those images that you can post so that you are in the running for this award. I've seen plenty of massage therapists posting all of the crazy cool oils that they're using with the massages, pictures of the fragrances that they use. It's all sort of helpful information as a client when I'm going to book those services. So post it, make sure that's all clear, crisp images, smiling faces. That's really important as well. Group shots are fantastic to show off as well, so I know what to expect when I arrive in the shop.
And if you're not sure what photos you should start with on your Booksy page, an idea to go with is always to go back to your Instagram. What are the photos that you use to represent yourself as a professional on Instagram? You can have those same photos here. That's really nice. If I'm a client and I've looked at your Instagram page and I'm clicking over to your Booksy page and I see things that relate between the two, that's very reassuring for me because that makes it more likely that those are your images, that this is your work. And for me personally, if it's a spa like this, it makes sense to be showing the space. But if you're a single user, I would love to see some photos of you with your products in your space, maybe in the middle of a service if you have someone else to snap it. But to have some idea of the person that I'm going to, as well as the quality of work that they do from the customer perspective is great. So you can always think about, if you're going to a page, what do you want to see that would help you book? Make sure that those are some of the first photos that are in there, and you can still have all those other ones too, but first impression photos.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we all know, I was watching, I think it was on Reels on Instagram. It was like a funny, as a hairstylist, it was from a hairstylist ambassador. As a hairstylist, now I'm a professional photographer as well. I'm a professional videographer, and I'm now a social media manager. And I'm also, and I'm all of these things. You are so many things. Show off all of that hard work that you do.
Absolutely.
Promote all of your business services.
Okay, so I just saw a sidebar question from Christopher about becoming a Booksy ambassador. So as we transfer back into our overall Best of Booksy conversation, Christopher, I am going to drop a link for you in the chat to our Booksy ambassadors information. We just recently had a webinar on being a Booksy ambassador. So I'm going to grab you that exact recording. And just so everyone here knows, you can find that recording as well as recordings of all of our past Booksy education webinar content on the Booksy YouTube page. So you go to the Booksy YouTube page. Again, I'll give you the link, and you'll be able to find a playlist that is all of our Booksy webinars. It will also have this webinar after the fact, so you'll be able to find this later. And so in that webinar, you'll actually get to hear directly from our ambassador community manager, Taz Sarley, who's amazing, hear from a couple of our current Booksy ambassadors, as well as find a link where you can submit your contact information to be considered for the current Booksy US Ambassador Program. So I'm going to go on mute, get you that link, and hand things back to Eric so he can keep this train moving forward.
All right, sounds good. So once you have that story on your profile told very clearly, the story of your business, you'll start to see more engagement on your profile, more bookings because of it. You'll scroll through the marketplace in your category, and you'll find businesses that are doing this and businesses that aren't, and you'll be gravitated towards the ones that are really making sure that their profile pops. And that's another thing that you can do. If you're not sure what images to post, check out what your competition is posting and post a better image. Another thing that you can do is check out your profile completeness. So profile completeness is going to walk you through a handful of steps that we know are going to help you be more successful on Booksy. So we have thousands and thousands of businesses operating on Booksy every day. We have hundreds of thousands of bookings coming through Booksy every single day. So we know through aggregate data that this is going to very likely help you be more successful. So they start off very easy. Adding a workplace photo, that's the first thing that you should do. Inviting your customers to use Booksy, making them aware of your booking platform. So making your customers aware of how you want to be interacted with. Set those boundaries with your customers so that they're not texting you at midnight. Sharing your Booksy profile link is super important to get them in the habit of booking with you. So if they text you, hey, I want an appointment tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, just reply with your Booksy profile link. You don't even have to engage in that way. Just reply with your Booksy profile link. Your whole calendar is available to them to book whenever they want, and they can show up on your calendar. Probably the hardest thing to do in this first level is completing 10 bookings from your customers. So once you have those complete, we move you on to the next level. We also send you over a Booksy flip book with some just beginner's guide to using Booksy and some new social post templates. But we'll keep you moving forward in your business through these levels. And it is the best way to make sure that your profile is successful on Booksy. Of course, we have our webinar landing page here. I'll just show that off because we're in a webinar. We've got our webinar landing page here. So all of the future webinars that we have for professional topics, for educational topics, for this Best of Booksy, you can sign up for it there. And then if you're enjoying Booksy, Christopher, you asked about what it means to be an ambassador. A big part of being an ambassador is referring people to Booksy. So use your referral rewards. Right now, the promotion that we are offering is a $50 reward for the referrer and the referee. So both of you earn $50 for signing up for Booksy. So make sure you use that referral reward, get more of your peers on Booksy, and you can get some extra cash from it. And that's about it for our profile. We're going to move on to our next category, which is busiest. So busiest celebrates businesses with the fullest calendar, full stop. This award is given to businesses with the highest calendar occupancy rates. The calendar occupancy rate is the percent of time occupied by bookings compared to the total business hours. So there's a couple things that we can do to make sure that our occupancy rate is higher. First, you want to establish a baseline. Where is your occupancy rate right now? So you can check that out in your reports. I'll show you how to do that. It's super easy. All of the information is outlined very, very clearly in your reports. And then the next thing that you can do is enable Boost to increase your exposure to potential new clients. So we're going to go into Booksy Biz. First, we're going to look at our reports. So reports are actually something that is Booksy Biz Pro. So you want to make sure to log in on a tablet or on a desktop. You're going to be logging into Booksy Biz Pro, and you'll get immensely detailed reports. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming. If you know what you're looking for, it's much easier to navigate. So we're going to click into our reports, and what we're looking for is our occupancy rate. So if we want to take a second to let it generate, here we go. We've got a dashboard that's showing our appointments and our occupancy. You can see my occupancy rate right now, 10%. Usually what we would want you to shoot for is about 75, 80% occupied. So that's a pretty good, you're not 100% booked. There's some time available on your calendar for new clients to pick up, but you have those returning customers coming to see you. Moving this in an upward direction is really, really important to winning that busiest award. And what you're going to do to keep that trajectory moving up is enable Boost. So Boost gives you just an extra lift in search results. So it is a literal boost in our Booksy marketplace. Your profile is going to show up higher than your competitor's profile, all else being equal. There are a few things that you can do to make Boost more effective. So add a cover photo. That is the bare minimum. In order to see any sort of effectiveness in Boost, you have to have a cover photo. We do not want to promote a profile that has no cover photo. Next up, add 3 photos of your work to your portfolio. That's going to get you moving towards that best portfolio award. Make sure there's a minimum of 3 photos there. And then you're going to want to get 5 reviews at 4.5 stars or better. So you can have 10 reviews. If 5 of them are better than 4.5 stars, you're going to get the full effectiveness of Boost. And that, again, it's just giving you a lift in search results above your competitors. You're going to get more exposure in the Booksy marketplace. You're seen more often, and then because of that, you are booked more often. There is a finder's fee associated with appointments generated by Boost, and it's 30% of the value of the first appointment that client books with you. After that first appointment, they're yours 100%. And if they tip on that first appointment, that tip is yours 100%. We don't touch that. It's just the value of the first appointment. 30% charge. There is a minimum of $10 and I think a maximum of $100. So you're not going to pay more than $100 for a new client. What I see a lot of people do with Boost is they'll set a budget every month for turning Boost on. So they'll say, I'm willing to spend $250 this month on pulling new clients to my profile. So once you've hit that amount with Boost, you can turn it off. There's no penalty for turning it on. There's no penalty for turning it off. You can turn it on and off whenever you want. It's only you're only paying for the effectiveness of Boost. So you can just make sure to keep an eye on Boost, keep an eye on those charges so you don't go over your budget.
And one quick thing to emphasize here, because we touched on it earlier, but it is important to double check what, just as Eric said, that was all brilliant. What Boost does is it helps customers find you and see you and get a chance to choose you as their forever stylist, nail tech, etc. in the Booksy marketplace. In order for that to happen, I just want to emphasize this just in case, in order for that to happen, you do have to have your profile set as discoverable in the Booksy marketplace. So do you remember that toggle that we saw earlier of, is your profile discoverable to new clients in the marketplace? That does need to be on in order for it to make a difference for us to be elevating your profile.
Absolutely, yes. So excellent point. You have to be discoverable in the Booksy marketplace to see any sort of effectiveness in Boost. Completing these 3 activities, the cover photo, the 3 photos of your work, and the 5 reviews at 4.5 stars or better, are going to make your profile much more discoverable on Booksy. And then there are Booksy recommended badges that you can earn. They're a little bit beyond these initial 3 requirements. So you have to have a rating average across all of your reviews of 4.5 stars or better. And then you have to have, it'll be in the top 25% of reviews rank. So in your area, you have to be the top of the top of the top, the creme de la creme of your category to get the Booksy recommended badge. But it just gives your profile a little bit more gravitas, similar to the Best of Booksy award. It's just not given out quarterly. It's just assessed where you are in your current state. But it gives you that Booksy recommended badge, and then people see that. It also gives you position in recommended galleries as well. So if you have a client who is brought on to Booksy by their nail provider, and they're now searching for a brows provider, they're going to see your business in their recommended category. What else to talk about in Boost? So there's a couple of things in Boost that you'll want to be aware of. You will see how much you've made from your Boost clients. So clients who've been brought to you in the current time period, and also the lifetime Boost profit. And we're calling profit the revenue minus expenses. So that's a basic definition of profit. So your revenue from your Boost client minus the Boost charge, you can see we are clearly ahead of Boost in our profile here. So if your client books a $100 service, you're paying $30 for that client, and they book another $100 service, you're already ahead. You wouldn't have had that client otherwise. They're on your calendar now. You're already ahead. Your Boost is generating profit for you. So it's one of those tools that turn it on, you cannot lose. We keep track of how clients find you. So we only want to charge for clients that are finding you organically in the Booksy marketplace. So searching for categories, searching for businesses in their area. We do not want to charge for clients who are finding you from your own marketing efforts. So if you're marketing yourself on Instagram and on Facebook and on Google, we're not charging you for those clients. It's only the clients who are finding you organically in Booksy through search. And again, you can turn it on and off whenever it's necessary for you. So whenever it makes sense. But I always say Boost makes a lot of sense for people who are brand new to their industry, brand new to their area, or very established with an occasional gap in their calendar. So Boost will fill that gap, or it's going to promote your new business in your area.
And this is one of the reasons when it comes to these Best of Booksy awards, this is one of the reasons that we have this distinction between busiest and loyalty in that way, because they're both very important and they both come from different things. If you are really focusing on getting your books filled and bringing, filling up more of that time than you have before, then this is a great thing to be directing your energy towards. If what you're really committed to is taking care of your current base and you don't need to be doing any sort of growth, then that's perfect. So hopefully this gives everyone options and things to work for and be excited about that are still within the direction that you are trying to take your business, because that's what matters the most to us. And that's what we hope matters the most to you.
Absolutely. All right. That is the Best of Booksy.
So one more time, I am going to drop into our chat here. And if you are watching this after the fact, you will be able to find this. If you're watching us on YouTube, you will be able to find this information down in the copy on this YouTube video. But one more time, I am dropping in some of our Instagram information. So if you're not yet, we would love you to be following Booksy on Instagram, Booksy Biz, BOOKSYBIZ. That's the main Booksy account, and especially for our Booksy US users, we highly encourage you to follow that. We also hope that you would be watching and cheering on some of your fellow Best of Booksy winners. The easiest way to find them will be to go to Instagram and search hashtag Best of Booksy, BESTOF. Yeah, goodness, OFBOOKSY. Just a little Monday brain fog right in the middle. But you can also click that link and it'll just take you directly to the tags Best of Booksy. Something to know about the upcoming Best of Booksy awards that will be announced in early July for this spring campaign. So for April, May, June. So again, you've got 24 days left to work on that. But something to note is that when you get that announcement and you see that you have a Best of Booksy award, when you go into Social Post Creator, take a look at the copy that you're using. Please, we mentioned this before, but please do it again. Tag Booksy Biz. Please use hashtag Best of Booksy, because just like you can see on the screen here on the right, where it shows all of those awesome winners from our last quarter of Best of Booksy, I want to see you. All of us want to see you there. We want to cheer you on. We want a chance. I'll just say right now, we want a chance to be able to reshare that you were a Best of Booksy winner. So please tag Booksy Biz and use hashtag Best of Booksy so that I can find you there, so that we can reshare you. We can reshare you potentially in posts and definitely in our Instagram stories. So please be engaging with us in both ways. And then one more link from me right now, and then we'll open it to questions if anyone has them. But one more link from me right now, because if anyone in this webinar, if anyone who is watching this after the fact wanting to learn about how to get awards to celebrate your growth as a business owner, an artist, and an industry professional, if you are not yet part of the Booksy community and you would like to join, I've just dropped a link to where you can start a 2-week trial. And we'd love to have you here. And then also, if you're going, but what about my reviews? What if I lose those reviews that I already had? Eric, would you just answer what happens? And then we'll open it to if anyone has any remaining questions that weren't answered yet. But Eric, so you know what? I want to join Booksy. This sounds amazing. I want to bring my business here. But I mean, I've got 50 reviews that I've already got. I don't want to lose those. What do I do if I join Booksy?
reach out to us in support. So we're able to help you out, get those reviews moved over into Booksy. We do that everything on the back end. We just need some information from you so we can get those reviews pulled over. Any of our competitors will pull over reviews. We'll pull over your client base if you have them uploaded into your account. We'll pull over all of the photos, all of the appointments, everything that you have in your account in any of our competitors will pull over into Booksy for you, free of charge. There's no charge for doing that. It's just a complimentary service that we will do to get your account up and running as quickly as possible for you so that you don't experience any gap in service or your clients don't experience any hiccups in service because of Booksy.
Brilliant. That's fantastic. And we see it make a difference for our providers all the time, and we want to make sure that it makes a difference for you. So,
yeah.
And
I think that's the biggest one. It's like you work so hard for those reviews, pull them all over. Photos, you can maybe pull together a handful of photos for your profile. Your clients, you may or may not have those contacts saved in your phone. You can pull them into your account. But reviews are the big one. We will definitely pull over all that information into your account.
Absolutely. So we'll give everyone just a minute for if you have any further questions. I'm just scrolling back. Javier, hopefully that answered everything for you. Christopher, I believe we hit all of the questions that you asked us. Please just drop it in the chat if we didn't. Also, hello to Anthony, who commented earlier. Hello to Brittany and Ike, who commented earlier. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Just so you know, some upcoming education that we have, I've just dropped this in the chat as well. But on June 27, we will have Client Fundamentals, Set Yourself Up for Success. And that will be hosted and led by Booksy Ambassador, two-dimensional artist, three-dimensional artist, nail tech, and nail artist extraordinaire, Takara Spifter-Sutton. So you can sign up for that in the link in our bio. You can also find this and the majority of all of the information that we've talked about. If you are on the Booksy Instagram page, you can go to the link in our bio. Let's see. I see hi from Anthony. So hi back, Anthony. Javier says, oh, that's so nice. Javier says, yes, you guys did a great job. Thank you. Very informational. We'll be attending the next session. Excellent. So glad to hear that, Javier. So glad to hear that. And again, don't forget that if you do have any in-depth Booksy app questions, I'm always happy to answer what I can in any of these educational webinars, but the best place for you to go is to those Intro to Booksy Pro webinars. That link is up in our chat. You can also find that link in the link in bio as well. Let's see. Okay. Christopher is wondering, are there any webinars geared towards opening a new barbershop or salon? And you know what, Christopher, that is not in the immediate next one, but I am making a note right now. So what I'm going to say to you is stay tuned. And I would recommend, if you like getting notifications, the link in our bio, you can go to our link tree and you can sign up to subscribe. And I send out reminders for upcoming webinars. So we will look at finding the perfect person to host a webinar on opening up a new barbershop or salon or business space. That is a wonderful idea to take us into the summer and fall. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, yes, that's a very good point. So we actually have this afternoon, we have a Booksy Biz Pro intro, and it is going to be led by Eric. Eric, thank you so much for dropping that in there. I completely forgot to mention that. I'm going to grab the link for everyone right now for that. Let's see, Anthony, will we get another email about the next one? I am assuming next educational webinar. And in order to make sure that you hear everything immediately about upcoming educational webinars, I would highly recommend signing up for them, or again, hitting that notify me link in our link tree. But everyone who is a Booksy provider using Booksy, you should be seeing in-app notifications about upcoming webinars. So let me really quick grab you that link. Give me a moment to get to the correct page for you, but let me go grab you that link for today's Booksy Biz Pro intro webinar so that you can sign up for that if you'd like. Here we go, dropping that link in there right now. Okay, and Anthony said, thank you. So perfect. Glad to have taken care of things for you. Christopher, thank you. Great job. Very informative. So glad to hear. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you so much for your wonderful questions and engagement. It really helps us because our whole goal here is to give you the information that you want and that you need. So if you have things that you would love to see in upcoming Booksy education, let us know. Final reminder for me that next webinar that we have on June 27, which again, the link is in the chat, that webinar will be offering CE credits. That will have a CE credit for our Illinois as well as our Florida providers. And you can join that. It's going to have great information, whether you yourself are immediately a nail artist or whether you are in the broader beauty and wellness community. The whole focus is going to be around client fundamentals with a truly, truly inspirational artist, professional, educator, and Booksy ambassador. And that again is Takara Swifter Sutton. She's amazing. I fangirl constantly. If you don't follow her on all of the social channels, I'm sorry for your loss, and you really should. It'll make your day better. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Eric, thank you for the gift of your time and your knowledge and your expertise here. Anything that you want to say to people before we sign off?
No, well, I'm happy to join. I was happy to be able to host this with you, Julia. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Best of Booksy is such an exciting project here internally. We love to celebrate all of the fantastic, diverse groups of categories of businesses that we have on Booksy. We have so many incredible providers, so it's fun to be able to spotlight a few of them with the Best of Booksy award. I definitely, when they were announced, went through and scrolled through just to find all of the greatest ones. So, I mean, you may have spoken with me when you came on to Booksy. I was in customer success for a long time, but it was cool to see a few of my accounts there.
Absolutely. And, you know, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Please tag us in everything. We get tagged a lot, but we love to see it, whether we have a chance to share it or not. We love to see it. I promise we're sharing it internally with our teams, and it makes our day. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I've dropped one final link in the chat. This will be in the copy on the webinar on YouTube as well, which is that if you would like more information about the Best of Booksy Awards, reminders of what you've seen here, you can go to our webpage, our Best of Booksy webpage. And that also, if you get your award and you go, oh, I didn't realize that my main category was spa instead of salon, I need to fix that. There is a link right there where you can see how to get that updated. So thank you so much, everyone. Brittany, you are so welcome. Glad to have had you here. Thank you, everyone. And I hope to see all of you and bring your friends on June 27 for Client Fundamentals, setting yourself up for success. Thank you. Have a great rest of your Monday, a great June, a great Pride. Love you all and see you soon.
Have a great day. Thanks so much.